Everybody, my name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television and radio talk show where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 2 p.m. on the Eastern Time Zone as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. It's so much fun. You can also find us on Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast on the newscasters.com. You can also find us on the radio. Yeah, the biggest country giant there is right here in South Carolina, WZLA. So much fun to be with those folks. 92.9 on the dial. And I'll just have to tell you, I was listening to this radio station before we moved. And it's a great idea for you. If you're moving into a new area and you'd like to know a little bit about it, listen to the local radio station. You'll be able to find out all kinds of stuff about the town you're moving in. I'm going to tell you, we already knew we were going to move to Abbeville, but it was sealed. When I started listening to this station, it was like, done. We're moving. I love it. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. You can find us again nationally, and you can also find us locally. So we're excited about that. Continue watching us also on Facebook Live and all the social media sites. We do all of those. Continue sending email. You know what makes my day? Donna@donnasedge.com. Donna@donnasedge.com. I've got a good friend with me right now as a guest, and his first name is Pastor Gregg.
Yeah.
Hey
there, Donna. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, always. It seems like a month of Sunday since I've had you back on the show.
Right. Yeah, you came over a few weeks ago at Christmas time for our play, and enjoyed having you so much. And thank you again, for having me back on.
Those kids did such a good job, didn't they?
They did. I didn't know really what to expect, but yeah, they did an awesome job.
Yeah, sometimes they can surprise you.
Yes.
When you think they're not listening and they're not really paying attention when you're having the play practices, and then that night of the play is like, whoa.
Yeah.
It turns out great. So let's talk to folks about your church for a few minutes. And I know you've got some events you got to talk about.
Yes, ma'am. We just had a planning meeting a couple of Sundays ago, so we've got some things coming up. Right now, this is when we're recording, there's an ice storm that's expected. So this Sunday, we're supposed to have a soup supper and karaoke singing. So may or may not happen. So we've got that planned, and those are always fun. We do that a lot. Matter of fact, we've got another one coming up, I believe, in March. It'll be outside with a bonfire. So we're just constantly doing things and trying to do a religious or spiritual element to it where people can sing gospel songs and actually minister in song to each other. Let's see. We are starting a new women's ministry, and my wife has had that burden laid upon her heart. And so she's going to be leading that on Saturdays once a month. And super excited about that. The women are going to be having a Bible study and crafts and brunch on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock. So just stay posted to our Facebook page, and we'll keep you up to date on when those are happening. We've got a huge concert coming up in April 25th, down in Lounsville, which is the northern part of Abbeville County. And many of you, I'm sure, probably remember, if you're at least as old as I am, Leon Everett, country music star back in the early 80s, Grand Ole Opry. Not only that, he's recently been inducted into the South Carolina Music Hall of Fame. So he's going to be here, top 10 hits back in the day, and they're still being played on radio stations. Even to this day. But the greatest thing about Leon is he was booted out of country music because of an alcohol problem, very serious alcohol problem back in the day. And he found Jesus. And so he's given his life over to God. And now God is opening doors. One of which is included is this one, for him to share not only a few of his country music songs, but also new gospel songs that he has written. And not only him, but Kyle Antone will be with us. Many of you in the Lakelands area of South Carolina are probably familiar with that name as well. He's a rising country star. He is a fellow pastor of Methodist churches in Troy and Edgefield. And so he is traveling around and doing country music as well. And also Catlin Tears, who's also a good friend of mine. He pastors a church up in Williamston, and he has been singing for quite a while. Gospel music, also has a powerful testimony of deliverance from drugs and alcohol. And so it's going to be a great, great concert on the 25th of April. And tickets are really, really cheap, I think. They're only $20. It's general admission. That auditorium is going to make for a great, great acoustic sound. It reminds me, I guess it is, an old high school gymnasium. And I just think a country music concert in that particular venue is going to be just really, really good. Um, $20 for general admission tickets. And we also have VIP tickets, and those are $40 a piece. And you're going to get a dinner. You're going to get backstage passes. You're going to get to be there for the sound checks. You're going to do a meet and greet. You're going to get autographs. So again, that's $40 a piece. If you want to get a table for 8, that'll be $300. So we are um, asking any businesses that would like to treat your staff to a great concert on the 25th of April to get one of those tables booked. Again, $300, best deal around for a Saturday night of country music and gospel music in Lounsville, South Carolina.
That sounds awesome. Let me ask you a question, because a lot of folks are suffering through addiction. That could be any kind of addiction. It could be drugs, alcohol, it could be just overeating. There's a lot of things that we can be addicted to.
Yeah.
How do you feel like singing gospel music helps control that addiction?
Yeah, well, I mean, we need to fill our mind with, the Bible says things that are noble, things that are pure, things that are honest, so on and so forth. And the reason why is because it helps us to stay above, or in some cases, if we find ourselves in the midst of an addiction or something we're just having a hard time overcoming, to be able to overcome that. It gives us a power and a mind control over our situations, our hang-ups, our bleeps, our blunders, our habits, whatever, to be able to overcome. So it's just getting that word of God into us, and God's word does not return void. It accomplishes the purposes for which it intends. And yeah, we have preaching in services, we have singing as well, but a gospel music concert, some people will come to a gospel music concert where they're not really prone to maybe coming to a worship service. So you've got an opportunity to be able to share the gospel when gospel music is presented. And, then God can take hold of that person, and who knows, they might find themselves in a church and serving and totally out of the bondage and set free from the addiction that they had, that, again, gospel music brought them out of, or played a big part in it. And so, yeah, you're right.
I knew a lady who she was a singer and she wrote songs and all that kind of stuff. And so I was friends with this guy who was the general manager of the country station in Alabama. And so I had mentioned one of her songs to him, and he said, I'll play it here. Well, I mentioned it to her, and she said, I don't want my music played at a place like that.
Mm,
I said,
mm,
but I want you to think about it this way. What if somebody's at a bar, and what if they're just about to end their life?
yeah.
They're probably not going to go to church. They're probably going to go to a bar. which
Yeah.
might be playing some of your music in the background. Your song might be the thing that would keep somebody from committing suicide. I never could get
Yes.
to see it, but anyway, I've just always thought of it that way.
Right. And I remember, not long after my late wife passed away, we went to a well-known chain sit down, have a good meal restaurant, and that was jam packed. And my son said, Daddy, why don't we just go and eat at the bar? Well, I had never done that before, but I was hungry and I wanted to eat, and we sat down beside a guy from California,
Mhm.
and it was during the time of the fires, and he had actually left from over there and come this way. He had family in fear of the fire spreading and taking out his home, because they would have kicked him out. It would have been nothing he could do anyway, and it had got pretty close. And so I got the opportunity to share with him. Yeah, he was having some alcohol and stuff, and wasn't drunk or anything like that. And he found out that I was a pastor. I had my cross on, and we had some really good, serious conversation about life and God's plans for us. And I really feel like, some deep, uh, some deep roads were traveled between me and him, and I think of him often. So yeah, God can work in any situation, any venue. We just got to be sensitive and open to His Spirit, His leading. Do things that maybe might seem a little uncomfortable, but if we really, really in a spirit of prayer, will recognize, hey, this is not something that I would normally do, but I sense God is in this. That's like this past Sunday. My son has been real close to a family, and spends a lot of time with them and stuff. And so on Sunday, he brought a very, very autistic young man who just had a birthday on Tuesday, by the way, to church. And he came up at the end of the service and he said, Greg, he said, I just want to stand up here with you while people come. And so I was like, okay, God, how do I handle this? And so I let him continue to stay up here. I prayed a little prayer for him and left him, and other people came, and I was able to pray and help people kind of find their way to God about some things that they were dealing with. And I came back to him, and I was like, oh my God, what? You want me to do what? And yeah, God, like in a still small voice, said, I want you to have the young man to pray to close the service. And Donna, he prayed the most beautiful prayer. Normally he has a really, really hard time with speaking and just being comfortable, just talking with someone, even me and people that he knows. But it came to him so freely. And that was the biggest pickup for him that probably he's experienced in a long, long time. And it fit with the message, it fit with the songs, just beautiful. We've got to give people a chance. We've got to meet them where they are and let them see how valuable they are and their potential and how God can use them. We get so built up about how big of a name that we can have, and we don't give other people. And wouldn't it be a great thing if that young man somehow surpassed me and surpassed other people in his life that have always poured into him? And it's not too late. It could happen. While we were working on the sound and stuff here, trying to get some problems worked out before our adult Bible study and preaching service, he got up here behind the pulpit, and I would say he did a pretty good job preaching. We've got to see the potential in people
Yeah, we do.
and see what God sees. And so oftentimes we've got the blinders on. We're so focused on what we're doing or what we're hoping to get done, accomplish. And God is saying, reach out to other people, make a difference, give them a chance to shine.
Well,
And so,
sometimes, Greg, we don't know what their situation is. We don't know what they've lived with or what their household is like growing up. And there can be a reason for all of that. We need to go into a
yes,
commercial break. I told you it would
yes.
fly. So we've got to go into a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Everybody hang in there. It's got some more good stuff.
Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98, or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Okay, we are back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Television and Radio and Podcast Talk Show. And social media, whatever it is, you just can't get away from us, Greg. We're just all
You're everywhere. You're everywhere.
everywhere. Gregg Lohner's with me right now. He's a pastor. Greg, let's talk about your church for just a few minutes. I know you guys have a huge outreach into the community and beyond your community. Let's talk about a few of those things.
Yes, we do. So we have Miss D's deals on groceries. That's an every Tuesday thing as far as our distribution day. Deadline to order is on Monday. Every week on Wednesdays, I post on Miss D's Deals on Groceries Facebook page the best weekly sales items from all the different weekly sales ads at all the supermarkets. And I go around to all of those grocery stores and pick up the greatest of deals, put them together in one package, and I have people that take part in it every single week. I've got one family that gets one of however many deals that I've got. Sometimes it's 5 or 6, and they get one of every single one, and that's their food budget for their family. That's what they eat for a whole week. And so, yeah. So if you want to save money on your food budgets for other things that your family can do, please check that out. Miss D's Deals on Groceries. And I also deliver within a 15-mile radius of the church. A lot of people don't know that. So Abbeville, for instance, is less than 15 minutes away, 15 miles. Anderson, Watson Village. I don't like to go much farther than that because that's the 15-mile limit. Then as far as east is Honeypath, west is Iva. So that's another good thing about that. We also have our blessing box by the road, and people have been using that quite frequently. And there's a lot of needs right now. I know people are anticipating the storm. I know even next week or week after next or something, they're calling for another really, really cold blast. So we look for that to continue to meet a lot of needs. Got folks that work that every single week. And then we also have emergency food assistance. So if you have a need and you need more than what the blessing box provides, well, we want to help you to meet that need too. But basically, any needs that you have, if we can meet it, we want to meet it. You just got to let us know. Our address is 4448 SC201, Iva, South Carolina, 29655. My phone number is 864-940-4586. You can call or text me, and we'll help you any way that we can. If we're able to, we sure will.
Now, how do folks donate to your causes?
Yeah, so again, you can call that number, 864-940-4586, and I can meet you over here with any supplies that you have. But also, you can give electronically on our Facebook page. Right now, it's got the Leon Everett concert, but that can receive any monetary donations for any cause that we have, any ministry that you'd like to support, and it has a place where you can put what you'd like for your donation to go to. So that's on our Facebook page. And then our mailing address is P.O. Box 1045, Abbeville, South Carolina, 29620. Now, speaking about donations, here's another thing that kind of goes along with what we were talking about with kind of enabling people and helping them along. We have a regular donor, and I mentioned this person before when I've talked with you. Well, I got a call a couple of weeks ago, And this person said, "Hey, I just went and I saw the David movie." And he said, "I thought of your church and how you all reach out to people and try to get them to come to your different events and things and minister to them." So he said, "I want to provide your church with a very generous amount of money to get as many people as we could get in touch with to go and see the David movie for free."
Oh, wow.
So that, that lets you know that, we are touching people. People see our hearts for God. They see our hearts for people. I was meeting with one of our members who lost his dad the other day, and he was like, "Pastor Gregg, when I knew when I first came into this church that this was where I was supposed to be." And he said, "I've been in churches before," and he said, "This one is so different. There's riffraff, there's just internal turmoil and conflict." And he said, "But in this church, there's none of that." And he said, "It's just like just an exception to so many other different churches." And I know there are churches that probably is cordial and get along with each other as ours is. But again, I just can't brag on Mission Baptist Church enough. They don't keep me awake at night worrying about he said, she said, and
Yeah.
he did, she did, whatever stuff. We're truly one in the spirit, and that it's just a gym. It's a gym here. It's just it's a blessing.
Well, it's a turn off for people if they go to a church and you can feel when something weird is going on in a church. I
I
mean,
saw,
yeah.
yeah, I saw a Facebook post the other day, and it was from a person that I knew, and I was kind of surprised that it was put on, but it said people don't go to church because of church people. And how true that is, unfortunately, in so many cases. And sometimes pastors can do all they can do to try and help that out. And if people aren't willing to listen to and obey the Spirit of God, the pastors are limited as to what they can do. We all stand before God, and we've all got to do what's right with Him and by Him. And when we don't do that, our sin affects more than just ourselves. It affects other people too. So when there's rifts in families, when there's rifts in churches, it can be very detrimental to a cultivation of growth and harmony.
Well, people watch what we do and they also watch our reaction to things. So sometimes now I'm just a human. Sometimes I want to dive in there.
Yeah.
But you got to think about because I'm a conservative and I have some liberal friends and some of them can put some nasty stuff on my Facebook page. Now I could argue with them, but I don't do that. What I usually do is I'll just say I love you and then I just let it go with that. And it takes their power away from them. For one thing, how are they going to respond to you if you tell them that you love them?
I mean, you just got to be better than they are, and your choices.
Stuff. We're going to have to call it a day. I can't believe how fast it's 30 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy.
But Gregg, again, where's your church located and how can they get in contact with you?
Yep, we are located in Level Land, which is right up Highway 201. If you're coming from Abbeville, or down Highway 201, if you're coming from Anderson, 4448 SC 201, Iva, South Carolina.
There you go. Okay, Gregg, thank you so much for hanging around with me. Okay, and thank you guys so much for watching. You're the reason we do what we do. Continue sending email. It just makes Gregg can tell you when I get emails from you guys, it makes my day. It really does. Donna@donnasedge.com, Donna@donnasedge.com. And send Gregg a few out there. I'm pretty sure he'll appreciate it too. Guys, thank you again so much for being with us. I appreciate it.